Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, guys. So, I'm happy to be back. I have been away, guys. Health is actually underrated. I have been down for some time, and that's why I couldn't come up to this place to follow up on all our housemates and their media rounds. I tried creating content, but it was so half. I couldn't even post it, right? So, guys, I'm happy to be back. But today I want to talk about Wanni's interview as at yesterday with the Heroes Therapy, the Almighty Heroes Therapy. Yeah, where heroes lose themselves and with everything that happens, the questions and everything, they get to, pour out themselves in the real form. So Wanni had her Heroes Therapy yesterday and it was so interesting. I just watched it and it was so interesting. And I just picked out some things that I wanted us to just highlight and look at. Right. So, first of all, one is started with talking about the struggles, how they struggled to come up, how they struggled with their event, how they struggled to come into the limelight. And guys, it was so obvious. And like most of us have seen that these girls have been in this thing, like in the showbiz thing way back, right? Like they've actually paid their dues for them to be here. She talked about how she and the sister would sleep in the office because they couldn't afford transport back home and coming back the next day. So they would rather sleep in the office, to wake up, find somewhere to take their baths, dress up and change, just to start work the next day and everything. And while they were at that, people kept accusing them of a lot of things, of stealing, misusing things in the office and everything. So basically, they went through all these things, right? And how at this point she started tearing up because she basically remembered how they all started and everything. And she said one thing that got her so angry when other housemates were actually throwing shades at them was because, trying to attribute their success to just sleeping around with men was what got to her. And she would not actually accept that for especially a woman, to attribute another woman's success to just sleeping around, right? That was what just made her angry and everything. But then if you look at it again, Wani and Handy are actually very eloquent when they speak. They're very intelligent. They are very unapologetically bold, you know, and they are very interesting duo. I think there are people who you have to come close to before you understand the kind of person they are. But this perception of people trying to, or people are usually getting misperceptions about them even before they met them. Now that brings me to the question of why do people get this bad, like, concepts? Do you understand? Like, have this a negative idea about them before meeting them. And I just said to myself, probably because of the way they are dressed. Do you understand? Maybe because they are DJing, they are into events, they go, just like she said in the interview, she said she and the sisters, there's a word she used, I can't remember, but it was like they dress very openly. That's what she said. But I felt or I feel it's because of the way these girls dress. That's why people actually look at them in that limelight. But guys, let's be honest, right? You would want to be addressed the way you address, or would you how is the question, you want to be addressed the way you're dressed? A lot of people tend to do that. Yes, that is the truth, because imagine being in a place where everybody is covered up. It's not a pool party, right? And then you're almost not on anything. I watched an interview on TV where this lady, a presenter on TV, was saying before now she never liked the twins. And when she was asked, she said she met them in an event years back. That at that point, she didn't even know that they were DJs. And an event where everybody was covered up. These girls were literally not wearing anything. right? So I'm sure that's the reason why people actually get that negative perceptions about them because of the way they dress. But to be honest, I feel DJing does not mean you should go, all nude. You understand? DJing does not mean a lot of DJs I know who are all covered up, but maybe that's their style. So they shouldn't be complaining when people bring them negative energy because this world already sees what is negative and would approach you the way it is, right? People don't have that patience to get to know you before trying to assume things about you, right? And basically, people are attracted to you with what they see. Someone needs to be attracted to you physically, right? Like, look at you and be like, I want to know this person before they get to know you, right? So I won't just say any random person on the street looking in a manner I am not comfortable with. I want to go close to that person, even if you're a sense. It doesn't work that way. So I think they should actually stop complaining about the negativity people thinks about them. No one looks through the heart of a man, right? And people do not have that patience to actually come close to people before they know who they are. And again, she actually said a lot of things like how growing up without her father was actually there but haven't actually been this father figure or something. And I also noticed, most girls who were brought up without this father figure, they tend to, they're actually stronger in the society. I don't know how that works. Most times you see women who actually lost out in fatherly love happen to be strong women in the society. There's this father love or father feeling the love of a father. There's this vacuum that thing feels like fills up that most times it has a lot to do with raising children. And when she spoke about that, I could relate because sometimes it's not about having a physical father. Most of us have parents that we could literally not even, like fathers, we can't even discuss certain things with, right? And sometimes we miss that a lot. And I could actually relate with her what she meant by not having that father figure, and which I also understand that most ladies who come out to be very strong are people who didn't really have that father figure. And I get thinking, what is happening to this men? Guys, you guys need to do better. You're raising a child, try to be in that child's life. Even if you're divorced with the parents, do not transfer anger of the relationship you have with your partner to your kids. This thing actually affects the kids or the children a lot. And I also imagine if the father figure was there, you understand, possibly some, let's say, their dressing mode can actually be censored. Having a father who would tell you, see, babe, my daughter, I love you, but you need to do it this way. I understand this is what you do, but you need to. I think that stuff would be there than even when mothers, because she also mentioned that at the point her mother was concerned about their level of exposure, right? But as a mother, yes, I know there's a little she could do. Father tends to have this a stronger hands in raising kids than women. So the women, we could just advise, tell you, okay, this thing you're doing is not right or something. But in the whole of that interview, what I just noticed was these people are actually people, they're not that bad, they're not that bad way people think or the way you think. They're human, they have their excesses and the rest. And then I noticed she said a lot of things about the bond she and the sister shared, of which we all saw even in the house. And during the interview, it will shock you. She called Handy her wife. She was like, yes, Handy, my wife. She's so the bond between the both of them, it's not something that just flew from heaven or just started today. They had to fight, they had to go through their own struggles. Most times they had to settle down to talk and all of that. I tell people, like, I had this conversation with someone and I said, see, I have twins in my family. My younger sisters are twins, they fight. Do you understand? It doesn't mean they are not twin or they don't love each other. Twins fight, but at the end they come back together, to talk and communicate. That's what makes them, you know, That's what make the friendship. But the fact that they are twins does not mean they should do the same. I've seen twins who look totally identical but have different mindsets and are doing different things, and you would never find them like the same at the same place at the same time, right? Because this one is busy pursuing their other careers, and this one, they are hardly together. So just like she said, they are twins by birth or friends by decision. I think she made that decision, or they both make the decision to be together, to confide in themselves. But of course, who is the best person to give your best support to? Who is the best person to support or to give your support to, rather, than the person you shared a womb with? So I'm super excited about their relationship and their friendship. And this is my advice to them, right? Maybe that is the way they want to trend, or that is their style of dressing. But my advice to them is they need to know that people are addressed the way they are dressed. So DJing does not mean you should go all nude, right? And if it's not time for you to go nude, then you have no business being nude. That is just plain. You have no business being nude when it's not time to go nude. If you are in a pool party, if you're somewhere you have to be nude, then fine. But please try and cover up. Just like this recent events that got people talking about them. Of course, how can you come to a Thanksgiving service looking dressed that way? It just shows that something is not really normal. Possibly that's how a lot of persons see that something is not right, right? So they need to work on that. I think their management will have to help them out, because it seems that they are so used to this style of fashion or dressing, like they are taking over them. So their management will definitely have to help them out with that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section of what you think about um Handy and Wani's sense of dressing. Do you think they should continue if it's their own style of um show, or if their own style, or do you think they should cut down and know when to dress up or know when to dress down? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. See you guys in my next video. Please don't go away. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and stay tuned for more gist. Bye.